ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be having banana honey smoothie. Okay, here we go. The kela is no longer kela. Ye ho gaya. Yeah, dripping away because I'm clumsy, guys. I told you this is going to be catastrophic, and now we put the dhakkan on top and hope for the best. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Peel off. It's not bad. I think I still have it. I was expecting it to be far worse. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be having my special lockdown infused self-deprecating banana honey smoothie. Caution, I haven't made a smoothie in the last 5 years. The last time I was at the peak of COVID, so this could end very poorly, which might be more entertaining for you all. Okay, my fashion, it's very unique. It's very basic, sometimes loud, because I'm half Punjabi, half Sindhi, so I have to stick to my loud roots. And I like being a trendsetter. I don't like following trends. Okay, here we go. The kela is no longer kela. Ye ho gaya. Then obviously we take some ice because it's so freaking hot in our town. Then honey, because what is life without some honey? Actually, in the past, stylists have gone overboard, which is why I don't like a stylist, and I like doing all the shopping because it's so much fun. Here we go. Yeah, dripping away because I'm clumsy, guys. I told you this is going to be catastrophic, and now we put the dhakkan on top and hope for the best. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, I think that should be good. I think we've managed to make something. Hopefully. If not, why you all laughing? Peena to mujhe hai na. Okay. First, let's taste it. It's disgusting. I'm sorry, guys. This is not going to go well. Sweatpants. As you can see, I've made a massive mess of everything. I almost feel like this is a dare at this point. Pray for the best, prepare for the worst. Here we go. Okay. Looks pretty decent, na? Should we do it? All right, 1, 2, 3. Peel off. It's not bad. I think I still have it. I was expecting it to be far worse. I recently rocked a pair of gold Air Force Ones with an entirely white attire. And a lot of people said, in fact, my parents were like, what are you doing? You know, you're looking like a Sindhi from Dubai. And I'm like, I think it's going to rock. And it did. Dude, I just like shooting for good stuff. I don't look at any difference from an acting perspective, whether I'm shooting a movie or I'm shooting OTT. Because if the script is good, the technicians are good, the setup is good, it's great. And if it's not, then you're screwed. You know, see, the popular choice will obviously be Inside Edge, right? Also, I've had the luxury of and the honor of playing that character for over 3 seasons. So there's a much longer character graph. But for me, my most satiating work is actually this one show I did called Cartel, because I love that genre, gangsters, underworld, thrillers, you know, there's a lot of action on that as well. I want to be part of a historical, I want to play like a real life historical character. No one in particular, but I would love to, delve into that genre. Absolutely. It kind of propels you into making a lot more bolder and braver decisions, because what happens is when you only when I became an actor, you're looking at film and television. So television, you're doing the same rigmarole, and in film, you're playing that typical sort of hero. The setup is also the interval point. The film will be 2.5 hours. There'll be 3-4 songs peppered. So it's very different. If you look at OTT, different episodes. I've been part of a show where the shortest episode is 25 minutes and the longest episode is almost an hour, because that is the subplot of that particular episode. So it frees you up even from a creative point of view as an actor, you know, and especially when you're part of an ensemble, because you're not bearing the burden of the entire show. When you're a lead in a film, that responsibility is solely and wholly on your two shoulders. I would say I'm a lot more in tune with myself today. than I was. I feel a lot more responsible because now I'm responsible not just for myself but for my wife, for my parents, and now for my child. So see, firstly, I have in the last couple of years, even before I got married and started a family, made a conscious effort that I don't want to do vulgar roles or do unnecessary intimate scenes unless and until the script really, really demands it. I feel sometimes makers feel like a little bit of titillation or gali galoch and all helps the product, but I really don't think that's the case. That has nothing to do with me starting a family or whatever, but because at the end of the day, it's fiction. I'd love to meet a real life Vayu Raghavan. Which are the more interesting kind of characters? You don't want to play the typical, squeaky clean sort of characters because उसमें मजा नहीं आता यार. So that day when the scene where I say yes to Vivek Oberoi was the very first scene I ever shot for Inside Edge. It was my first day of shoot. Yeah. I think it was in the penultimate episode. I think Vivek's character says, Vayu, together you and I will rule Indian cricket with a class. So, I have a very oily face, my T-zone. So, my wife introduced me to this really nice paper, which kind of just takes care of the oil. And, because shiny face and forehead not good, also it gives you bad skin. I have both, to be honest. And weirdly, both happened on the same trip. So, I'd gone to Poland to pop the question to my wife, and it was absolutely stunning. I've been there many times because my Masi lives in Poland. And I popped the question, everything happened, blah, 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 blah. And on our way back, we got stuck. We were catching a train and we were going, it was like an overnight journey. And we slept at night and we wake up in the morning. And I remember the guy, the conductor comes to us and he's like, sorry, Fox, energy kaput. And we're like, that doesn't sound very good. So we got our belongings and we headed out and we just see there were 4 or 5 buses which had all the passengers and everyone's gone and there's one tiny bus left. Okay, it was like a mini bus and we get into that and we thought, okay, we're like about 3.5 hours on Google Map from our destination, so we should get there. Man, turns out there were some other guests on that same minibus and it's gone winding like a serpentine all through Poland, and 9.5 hours later I finally reached. So you've got the train travel, waiting for the bus, and another 9.5 hours. I was on the road for I guess 24 hours. It was horrendous. Depressing. Oh God. Yeah, okay, so I'm doing press for my new show, Rana Naidu, and I'm sorry, but some journals just don't put any effort.
So, इस शो में काम करके कैसा लगा? आपके अंदर क्या फीलिंग है जब आप सेट पर थे?
क्या बोलूं? I think that the 10-year-old in me would firstly be very happy that I've lost weight because I was quite a fatty as a child. I was a complete introvert. I'm sure now since we've been talking, you know that I'm quite yappy. I'm quite an extrovert now. I had a lot of confidence issues. I used to stammer. So there are quite a few things that I had to kind of work on. So I have a feeling that the 10-year-old in me would be quite happy with the progress. I very much think I'm still very, like a work in progress, but I've at least been moving slowly but steadily in the right direction. Chahe it's about my career or in my personal space or as a person. So yeah. Hi guys, this is Tanuj Virvani and you're watching me exclusively on Femina India.